Flipping camera.
Are you on?
Yep.
Can you turn it around?
Just go ahead. You should be good.
Ready.
Hi guys. Hi guys. Constitution Connection. Class number 3. How is everybody doing? Welcome in, welcome in. How are we doing, you guys? Come on in. I'm excited to be here with you guys today. You guys, what is up? Kaylee Brown, welcome in, girl. How we doing? Lassie. Yay, yay, yay. Welcome in, guys. How are y'all? Tell me, what is the favorite part of your day? I am hanging in there. Thank you for asking. Thank you. What was the favorite part of everybody's day? I just barely finished our game, getting it together for tonight, you guys. Thank you for being here. If you guys could just keep tapping out a screen, share with anybody you think would like to be here tonight. Love you too, Lassie. I love y'all both. Thank you. Yes, yay. Welcome to class number 3. I'm so excited for tonight, you guys. So excited. I might have to fix my light so that we can see the board better. I'm not quite sure yet. I think it's sitting pretty good. So we will give it a few minutes. Thank you. Free law project, y'all. Check it out. It's my fave. And thank you, Lassie. Thank you. I hope so. I got my, let's see. I got my Funko Pops. Hamilton Funko Pops. Keeping me company. Keeping everybody company. You guys, I'm so excited. We are so close. Walk and talk. Welcome in. Welcome to the Constitution Connection class number 3. It is going to be wonderful, so I hope you stay. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. Oh yeah, I was going to set a live goal. I keep forgetting to do that, and I don't want it to be heart me's. Ugh. But if I do heart me's, it'll prevent a flash goal. So let me do heart me's, but let me do 5 or 3. We'll just do 3. That's about half the class. Okay. Thank you for the goat. Thank you very much. Oh, you're me, Lojo. Hey, girl. Welcome in. Is that your backup account? Let me follow it. Oh, I see you already followed me. Sorry. Okay. Yay. Welcome in, Miss Lojo. You guys, Miss Lojo is our... Well, she's been here before, but she officially signed up today. So, yay, I'm very excited for that. When you guys officially sign up, the only difference, like anybody can come, but if I have your information, it's a little bit easier for me to give you a heads up, tell you about class, what we're learning. I try to post something too, but you guys get the little more in-depth version because you guys signed up. City Blues USA, welcome in. So you guys will get the little personalized emails or texts from me, depending on what you put as your preferred method of contact. And yeah, so I'm so happy you guys are all here. I'm so happy. I'm very excited. We are going to give it a couple more minutes and then we are going to start. Lassie, thank you for the heart me. Thank you, thank you. I'm so excited you guys are here tonight, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me pull up our games before I forget. So give me 1 second to pull this up. So if it pauses for a second, I'll be right back. Okay, we got it. Sorry, y'all. Thank you for sharing out the live, you guys. Ooh, and we're already at 1K taps. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yay! We want to be pushed out, you guys. Y'all already know what it is. I appreciate every support, every tap, every gift, all of it. So, I'm very excited for tonight. Okay, let me make this a little bit smaller. Okay. I gotta make sure I have all the stuff that I wrote up for rules and everything coming up here in just a minute. And then we've got 4 people in here. Yay! Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. So we will get started here in, let's say, 5 minutes. We'll start in 5 minutes. Since I know some people here gotta jump off and go, all that fun stuff. But yeah, 5 minutes. Since I know some people here gotta jump off and go, all that fun stuff, but yay, thank you guys so much. Lassie, I'm so excited you're here. Kaylee, I'm so excited you're here. Everybody, I'm so excited. City Blues USA, Michelle, thank you all for coming in. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll make it 3 minutes, y'all. No, we'll leave it at 5. It's okay. Thank you guys for all the likes. Thank you, thank you. So today we are going to be covering, I will just kind of give you all the rundown while we're waiting so we don't be bored. Today we're going to cover bureaucracies and the legislative process as well as some presidential powers. So we're going to be focusing on all 3 branches of the government, but specifically legislative branches of government. Thank you, Lassie, for the pumpkin. That's what I was going to make my goal. But we're going to start with the heart me's so we don't get a flash goal of heart me's after people already sent their heart me's. Zaria, welcome in. You are just in time. Welcome in, just in time. Welcome to the Constitution Connection. This is a class we've been teaching. Thank you so much for coming. I love that you're here. This is class number 3. If you want to catch up, class number 1 and 2, if you go to the link in my bio, there is a link for my Tube of You, and you can get on there and check. I have uploaded class number 1 and class number 2. Thank you so much for the follow. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight, so I hope you stick around. We are going to have a lot of fun, and don't worry about not knowing, jumping in, none of that stuff. You'll catch up pretty quick. But thank you for the follow. I truly appreciate it. That's my Little Rascals. It's a fave movie. We might have to arrange a movie night because that would be great. And Zaria, I don't know if you heard about my class or if you saw it on someone's page or if you see it on my page or if you heard about it in one of the rooms that you were in with me. But this is a constitutional class and we're just exploring the Constitution, the U.S. and how it affects our U.S. government and things like that. At the end of this class, it's 7 classes, so we're about halfway through, and we will have a Hamilton watch party in my Discord. The link for my Discord is also in my bio. If it doesn't work, send me a DM because sometimes it doesn't work, but also try copy and paste it in your browser, and then you'll be in the Discord, and we'd be happy to have you. Yay! We'd be happy to have you. There's a lot of fun stuff that happens in my Discord. Yeah, that's what's up, Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton. Yes, me too, girl. You see already. We have a couple people. Thanks, Walk and Talk. And we're also having a little party, like graduation party. All of you guys are going to be, anybody who came to any of the classes that will be invited. We're going to have a guest speaker. And I got you guys a little certificates. So yay, we're here. Super fan Heather, what is up, girl? I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for that heart me. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We got one more minute. Hey girl, I've been prepping all day. Cassandra, yay. That was a clap for all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. 7 people. That's what's up. Welcome in, everybody. Okay, so we were just going over for Zaria, what the class was about, what we're covering today, that it's going to be an exciting day, you guys. I'm excited. I designed a little game. Yay. If you were here last week, I told you guys about the game. The game is going to take approximately 30 minutes. And well, like 35 minutes probably. So I want to quick run down all of our information, because I know there's a few of you that usually have to jump out, and I want to make sure that you guys get, at least most of the information and hopefully some time to stay for the game. So I got it all a little organized. We're all ready to go. If anybody has any questions, put a 1 in the chat and, I'll make sure to address it. Hezekins, I can talk to you later. Okay, baby? Okay, so I called the game Bill Blitz. Yay! I'm so excited, you guys. Okay, so let's start to get started. We have 8 of you wonderful people in here. Thank you for being here, for all of your time, for just being here. And giving some time and your gifts and your taps. And I truly appreciate you. We're at 2.5K taps. And I'm really not even concerned with pushing myself out, but it would be great if we push it out, because I would love to have 8 more people come join us. But I'm very appreciative that you all are here. And that is my main concern, is that I have all of you wonderful people. I'm very happy. I come into your guys' lives. I catch you off guard and say, what have you been learning in my class? And I am so just ecstatic at your guys' answers. Honestly, truly, it is wonderful to know that you guys are learning things and that you're enjoying what you're learning, especially because it's kind of a confusing and complicated time to navigate these things. And so, yes, that's my little plug spiel. Thank you guys for being here. It means the most. And really just you guys being here is the most things that I care about. So I appreciate the taps, gifts if you can. But either way, I love y'all for being here. 3.2K. Woo! And we've only been on for 10 minutes, exactly right now. So you guys are doing wonderful. All right. So sorry, let me adjust myself here. If you guys are having a hard time seeing the whiteboard, let me know. I'm going to bring over my lighting closer to the table, how I usually have it, but I don't want my kids tripping over them and stuff when they come in, because then it causes a bunch of chaos, as you guys seen last time. Oh my goodness gracious. That was a miss and a half. Oh, Heather, I missed it. Yeehaw! Yay for the Constitution connection. Thank you so much for that. Okay, let's get started. Constitution connection, class number 3. I'll write it in the corner so everybody can see. I'm working on getting a whiteboard, you guys, that stands up on the table. Oh my gosh, so that I can stand up. Yes, Lassie, it was awesome. Thank you for the hat and mustache, you guys. And be thinking if you guys want to come up in a box. Okay, last week I told you guys that it wasn't necessarily an assignment, but kind of an assignment. No, I'm just kidding. It was whatever you guys wanted it to be. But for the Bill Blitz game, we talked about coming up with an idea for a bill. And so we are going to need 2 to 4 people to come up in the box and present their bills. So I hope some of you guys have it. I'll let y'all know. If not, we'll work with what we got. What is this? Ooh, Autumn Love. Thank you, Lassie. Thank you for that gift. Thank you all. I appreciate you. Okay. So let's get to it. Okay, let's see what our flash goal is, you guys. It better not be heart me's. Okay, it's 6 people, 6 separate people to send a love you so much. So we have 8 people in here, so if most people can throw one out. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Heather. That would be wonderful. Helps me get pushed out. If not, no big deal. Like I said, I am just so thankful that everybody is here. And that's that. Thank you, guys. We are practically halfway there. Yay. Okay. So, here we go. Excited. So we're going to start today by talking about bureaucracy. What is bureaucracy? If anybody knows what is bureaucracy, that you know of, give your best answer. Miss Lojo, welcome back in, girl. Oh, thank you for the heart me. I see what you did there. Thank you guys for helping me reach that goal. Y'all are right. Yes, Miss Lojo. Yes, Cassandra. It is also known as red tape, and it is all pretty much rules and shiz. Your fave Ashley, welcome in. Welcome in, you guys. Yay, 10 people here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fave Ashley, thank you for the heart me. Thank you guys for helping me reach those goals. Thank you guys. So, yes, you guys got it. You guys got it right. Thank you for the Go Populars. The bureaucracy is a complex structure of offices, tasks, and rules and principles, systems, and processes that carry out legislation. Amen. This is the simple term. Fave Ashley, thank you for the lucky llamas. This is that is the simplest term that I could think of, Cassandra, and also Miss Lojo. Rules and shiz is also very simplistic. Not simplistic in a bad way, but yes, very simple way to tell somebody this is what is happening. So it is offices, tasks, rules, and principles of organizations that are employed by large-scale institutions such as the government to coordinate the work of lower personnel. Okay, so thank you for the repost, Miss Lojo. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, that is pretty much what that means. Facts, for real. Yes, Miss Lojo. I would tell somebody that. Like, what is bureaucracy? Just rules and shiz. That's it. That's our tagline. Okay, so examples of, now there's different bureaucracies at different levels. Very hard to get through. As was pointed out, that it's a lot of red tape. Cassandra was pointing that out. Like when you hear people say, ugh, the red tape. So, that's right. It's going to be my new tagline, Miss Lojo. So let's look at, does anybody know what is an example of a federal bureaucracy? Thank you guys. 7.2K likes. Thank you. Thank you. We're doing wonderful on them likes. So an example of, yes, Cassandra, the FBI. Now we're getting flagged on the algorithm. They're all looking at us like this. What's going on in there? That's exactly it. Eek. Right. Ainsley, welcome in, girl. How are ya? Thank you for that heart me. Thank you, thank you. Anybody know another one? There's a couple that we hear a lot about. Amos 67, welcome in, welcome in. Yep. USPS is another one. USDA. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. So it is things like everything we listed. EPA. Yes, that was one I had listed. Environmental protection agencies. I'm doing okay, Ainsley. Thank you for asking. The TSA. Yes. Yes. Social Security. Oh my gosh. Way more acronyms than we could say long words, right? You guys got almost all of them I listed. Good job. Pat yourselves on. We all know our bureaucracies here. So federal bureaucracies, we listed a lot of them. Yes, IRS is another one. They're big part of government. Ainsley, thank you for that. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Department of Defense, Department of Justice. We hear these words, right? We hear them a lot, especially with current events. As was said earlier, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, Social Security Administration, must, right? Money. Oh, okay. NASA is another federal bureaucracy. How about the Federal Reserve Systems, America's banks, right? That is a federal bureaucracy. Big, right? You'd have a lot of problems getting to the top of these. The CIA, that's another one. Yes, you guys. Good answers. So how about state? What's an example for state? Because we have a lot of bureaucracies in the U.S. DCS, yes. Department of Child Services. The DMV, yes, the Department of Motor Vehicles. DCF, Department of Children and Families. Yep. Y'all good at this. I don't even gotta teach. Y'all know it. Yes, so you guys got most of those as well. The Department of Motor Vehicles, the Department of Education, State Police and Highway Patrol, and the Department of Transportation, Department of Health, Cassandra, anything that is run. Yes, the Department of Education. Yes, you guys. Yes, anything that pretty much that everybody hates. If you hate going to it, if you're like, oh, I gotta go to the DMV. Bureaucracy. State lottery. You're like, ugh, my kids' education. State bureaucracies. Okay, so what then is the function? We talked about what is a bureaucracy, but what actually do they do? What does the Department of Transportation, state troopers and police? Thank you guys for putting the answers in the comments as well. State lottery, the Department of Education, Department of Health, all these things that we listed. What? Why not just do away with them? They cause everybody a lot of pain and ache, right? So why don't we just say, who needs them? Yes, Fave Ashley. This is the top. Okay, what are more? They have more. But yes, this is it. Cricket, welcome in, girl. Yay, welcome in. Thank you. Comments were filtered. Let me see here. Oh, Fave Ashley, yes. Your answer was right, Fave Ashley. Yes. Generating revenue. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you. Let me get my, we're still working on the I love you so much. We need 3 more of them. Yes. Okay, so what is the function? What do they even do? If they don't have any function, then they should be easy to get rid of, right? Cricket, thank you for the club cheers. Thank you. Yes. Okay, so we have generating revenue. We have providing public health services such as licenses. Thank you for the love you so much, Cricket. Thank you so much, you guys. 2 more people if you guys got it, and then I'll quit nagging about gifts. Miss Lojo, thank you, thank you. One more, y'all. Thank you for that. Love you so much. Thank you, Lassie. Thank you. Yes. Managing public services in general. Okay, so we got the top three. These are the top three. You guys are so right. They're generating revenue, they're managing public services in general, and they are providing services in general, okay? So, generating revenue for the government, we're talking about taxes. They provide services and they also manage the services that they provide. So, they actually act as mini governments, right? They act as mini courts, all right? So, in the U.S., they have several specific and important functions. All the ones that we said already are part of these important functions that help the government operate regardless of the fact that it's kind of annoying red tape, right? I mean, most of the time, nobody wants to go to the DMV. Nobody wants to have to, like, deal with the Department of Justice, definitely. And nobody wants to deal with state departments or file Social Security claims, all things that drive people nuts and are kind of hard to get through. So these are things that include implementing and enforcing laws, administering government programs, issuing rules and regulations for these specific bureaucracies, specifically just for the bureaucracy, and then just daily government business, like we said, offering the services and collecting the taxes that help with those services. So as much as annoying and red tape that these bureaucracies provide, they are essential to our government and to policy formation, which is where we come in, right? Because who's responsible for policy formation? Walligator, welcome in. Who is it? Who is responsible for policy formation that they have to follow? Thank you for that, heart me. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you guys, yay, we achieved the live goal. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Hang on, guys, behind the scenes here. Here we go, hang on. Changing this up. I'll come back to you guys. Okay. Okay. The legislative branch. Yes. Who's the legislative branch? Thank you for the pumpkin. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the pumpkins. Amen, Miss Lojo. You got it. All right. So, the legislative branch is, the executive branch is the president, but the legislative branch is made up of, yes. The legislative branch is made up of the House and the Senate, which makes up Congress. The president is the head of the executive branch who overlooks them. And what did we say last week the president has to do? Remember when we were talking about federalism and I said the president has a lot of powers, but what does who does the president answer to? Thank you for the pumpkins, you guys. Exactly it. Remember we said Congress is your gold, right? Congress is your gold. Congress is not only where our thank you, Cassandra. There's a shirt I want someday that literally says allegedly. Thank you, Cassandra. There's a shirt I want someday that literally says allegedly. It's great, and I hope I get it someday, and I'm gonna wear it. You guys are gonna see me one of these days, be like, "You got your shirt." Yes. Allegedly, Congress answers to us, and they are supposed to take, who we elect, and they're supposed to argue on our behalf. But the most important thing is that Congress passes your laws. Okay, they write and pass your laws that are supposed to be what the people say. Doesn't always happen that way because it's very hard to hold Congress accountable. However, if we are all coming together. 10.4K. Thank you guys. Thank you. If we are all coming together and we are doing like our research and sending people and holding our local people accountable, Congress will also subsequently be held accountable. A little bit harder than it sounds, but also it like enforces the importance of civic duty. Okay, so there are several reasons that bureaucracies are maintained despite the many criticisms that we have of them and despite the red tape that they create, okay? A common misconception of bureaucracies is that they attribute to the frustrations of local and state bureaucracies with the bureaucracies of the federal government. We don't understand that, like, we're like, oh, the DMV, dang it, for the president. That's kind of what you hear. Like, dang it, change this. You know what I'm saying? When we already discussed that, bureaucracies are part of a legislative branch in a way, and they kind of act like, even more importantly, they act like their own kind of court system in that sense as well. So this misconception that is resolved by federalism. And you remember what we talked about, federalism. Someone kind of in your own words sum up what federalism was. Because the misconception is cleared up by what we were talking about, like by the way federalism is set up. This is not this is not like, we're not debating whether or not we, like, bureaucracies are doing what they're supposed to, because essentially they are supposed to be getting the services to the people, and we know that isn't always the way it works. However, what we are talking about is, how is a bureaucracy a constitutional thing? Thank you, Lassie. Thank you guys for 12.1K likes. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes. It is a system of government with divided power. All right. So even within bureaucracies, like we were just talking about, it is a divided power, right? There is rules and regulations, red tape. That is the purpose of the red tape, is to be able to have this divided power and provide a sort of checks and balances. And last week we talked about how federalism does that exact thing. Remember, we opened up our pocket constitution. Let me see here, y'all. I got you. And we're going to revisit this here in just a second. But let me flip y'all around for those that have not seen. Here's our pocket constitution. Whoop. Everybody should have one of these. They are amazing. Okay, let me try to readjust this here so I can. There we go. All right. Remember how we looked at, well, we were looking at Article 2. This is a declaration. Okay, so let's just look at Article 1 again. Remember how we said Section 1 talks about legislative powers. Section 2 is talking about the House of Representatives. And then you go to Section 3. And you're talking about the Senate. Section 3 is, kind of hard to see. Okay. Section 3, the Senate of the United States and how it's composed. Okay. And the rules regarding the Senate, that they shall choose their own officers, okay? It's like laying out the powers of the Senate. So oftentimes, what do we associate with Amendment number 1? When we talk about what Amendment number 1 does, what's the first thing that most people say Amendment 1 does? I hope it's not filtering, you guys, because sad. Yes, it is filtering. Oh, my gracious. That is too much. Thank you, Miss Lojo. Yes, thank you, Lassie. Let me get this approved here so I can pin ya. You guys both got it. Yes, Miss Lojo and Lassie. Freedom of speech. So, yeah, I get you, Lassie. I totally have the same problem. Okay, so, however, freedom of speech in the First Amendment is only one little part of the amendment, right? It's all balled up with the senators and representatives. It's all balled up with the rules for how people are chosen. It's balled up with Congress. This is Congress's power. So we talked about last week that, let me turn y'all back around. We talked about last week that, that federalism is exactly that. It's designed to be so that you can't just do away with. So when we hear things like the 14th Amendment and, oh, I'm going to do away with the 14th Amendment. Remember, we looked at that last week, the 14th Amendment, and basically said, how could that actually happen when, if you're going to do away with this whole thing, you're literally doing away with like 9 other things, including your own power. And so that is a kind of, you start to see the checks and balances check and balance itself out in each amendment of the Constitution. So, understanding federalism is very crucial to understanding a lot of things when you're looking at the Constitution, because you'll start to see that you can't just come in and say, I'm just going to do away with Article 1. I'm just going to do away with Article 2. I'm just going to take this amendment and sign this, executive order and it's done. So why can't I just sign an executive order? I'm the president, right? Jason Floyd, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you, 12 of you, for being here. We're going to get to our game here very shortly. Anybody scream, yay, Cassandra. Yay. Okay. So yeah, because Congress writes the laws, right? So that's why we can't just come in and sign an executive order, because his power, as documented in the Constitution in Article 2, which we will talk about in a minute, it establishes the presidential powers and also separates the powers and says that they're separate but equal, right? And that one power doesn't trump another power. So that's exactly it. The president can't come in and create a law, because that's not his power as invested in him by the Constitution. Okay, thank you for that answer. All right, so in what ways, if the president cannot just come in and sign an executive order doing away with this, because this is also a common thing that I know we're hearing about in our current events, is that we're going to do away with a lot of these bureaucracies. Top one that comes to mind, the Department of Education. So how do we control the bureaucracies so that the president cannot come in and just do away with these bureaucracies, that they need a certain person's permission? We just said it. Who creates them, I should say? Who creates? The president might be the manager, but who's the middle manager? I'm saying because by the end of this class, you're going to dream about these people. Hopefully not a nightmare. Gosh. Amen, Lassie. Congress is your middle people. I'm having trouble grabbing this to pin it. Okay. Congress is your middle people. Echoes of Wisdom, welcome in. Welcome in. Congress is your middle people. They're the ones who create these bureaucracies. They are the ones who help regulate the rules and regulations, including making sure that the rules and regulations that each bureaucracy sets for themselves, because remember we talked about them kind of being their own mini like court system, their own legislative power almost. So Congress is going to be the people that check and balance those rules and regulations. Congress is the gold, you guys. Congress is pretty much the one who's running the show. So there are various methods that are used by Congress that help pass laws, checks and balances of power, the size of bureaucracies, and the discretion that bureaucracies have, and holds the gold. Yes, amen to that. They are the gold that hold the gold. Okay, every gold you find, Congress is holding it. All right. And so they also establish control over the discretions that these bureaucracies have, okay? Because bureaucracies are crucial to the government. Bo Cuts, welcome in, girl. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for your heart, me. Thank you so much. Because bureaucracies are crucial to the government, they act as like extended family, all right? Because bureaucracies are crucial to the government, they act as like extended family. All right, that is, sorry, my multi-window closed on me. That is Congress's job, is to act as this like extended family and have rules and regulations to follow that makes their jobs often misunderstood and underappreciated, okay? Bureaucracies create and enforce their own rules, as we already discussed. And but they use a process called administrative adjudication. Okay, this makes them operate similar to the court systems. So you can kind of research more if you're interested on this administrative adjudication. But the biggest thing you need to know is that it's a quasi-judicial process. That means like with the help of the federal government, they are a quasi-judicial process to resolve disputes. That is what an administrative adjudication is. An example of this would be, say someone at USPS or something violates a rule. These bureaucracies are going to hold a hearing regarding whether or not that person's license should be revoked. That's an example of administrative adjudication. Okay. Federal bureaucracies are technically... Oh, wait. Let me ask, does anybody have any questions? If you're just coming in, you have questions, drop a 1 in the chat if you want me to elaborate or if you have a question you'd like to ask before I continue to move on. Because I really want to get to our meat and potatoes too, but I want to make sure that nobody has any questions. We're all on the same page, yo. Anytime you have a question, feel free to drop a 1 in the chat and I'll come to you, okay? Federal bureaucracies are technically part of the executive branch. So like I said, you got your president who acts as a manager and the Congress who is acting pretty much as middle management. So the president is overlooking middle management. And his only job is to listen to middle management, say, this is a good thing, this is what we want passed, this is what the people said, blah, blah, blah. That's their job. Not saying, again, that they're doing that well. But what I am saying is that's what's written in the Constitution as their job. Okay, so while we're talking about the executive branch running these bureaucracies, let me quickly run over what are our 3 branches of government. Somebody put it in the chat, please. Thank y'all for being here. 17.4K likeys. I appreciate y'all. What are our 3 branches of government? We already said 1. Boom, babies. Yay, 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 yay. Cassie, I pinned yours last time. So I'm going to... Yes, Miss Lojo. Yes, Lassie. Yes, Cassandra. We have executive, judicial, and legislative branches, okay? The executive branch, we've already established, that's the president. The judicial branch, those are federal judges, okay? Legislative branch is Congress. Yes, thank you, Cassandra. All of you guys are doing wonderful. I appreciate you guys. Okay, let me make a very important thing. Remember last week when I said that federalism was like the thing, right? And we talked about slavery and the 3/5 rule. And I said, if you take anything away, know that we are moving forward with our democracy when 7 states have done away with slavery in their constitutions, right? This is the one thing I want to hit home tonight in this one, okay? The federal government, okay? The federal government, minus the legislative, because I don't want to say like, I don't want to say that this is, we already know that Congress is supposed to be there to listen to us and take to the government. But the federal government as a whole, specifically the judicial and executive branches, are not here to save us. Okay, it's a common misconception that I'm hearing. And I want to say that they are not here to save us. The federal judge's job is to interpret the law. Okay, the executive branch's job is to listen to Congress. Congress's job is to listen to us. And who elects Congress? We do. We do. So who's here to save us, you guys? Who? I understand bureaucracies. I understand that it's a lot of red tape, and that's why I'm teaching about this specific thing. But we are, you guys. We are the people who are here to save us. So taking this class, and I'm not the supreme authority, like taking this class, but specifically advocating for yourselves, advocating for what affects you the most, advocating in your communities. We the people, Miss Lojo. Yes, we the people. Amen to that. And someday I had to write a business plan in school while I was still going for a law office that I would open. And my particular law office was called We the People. And sometime I might share that with you guys, my little business plan. But anyway, I love the phrase we the people because it really is we the people. This country was founded on we the people. Miss Lojo, thank you for the roses. Thank you. And I truly believe that it works. Is it a very slow process? It is an undesirable process. And should we have better access to legal assistance to help us climb through the rankings of this? Yes. 110%. Yes, we should. But, Unfolded Road. Oh my gosh, girl, I was going to send you a message. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I've missed you lately. But we the people are here to save ourselves. We have to take action. We have to advocate to keep our democracy. We are still a crucial part. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you. As much as we hate it, as much as we're like, oh, I shouldn't have to do this. Hey girl, as much as we are like that, and regardless of what your system is, we should always be advocating for ourselves, because if we give up, these bureaucracies do have the potential to, happy to see you too, girl, have the potential to be huge and to take over our democratic ideals and very easily not listen to us if we allow it to get that way. So civics is the answer and voting is the answer. Understanding, Alina, welcome in. Understanding what is our power and what powers does the Constitution actually invest to us. Understanding this is so important. So you guys are taking the first right step and being here. I'm so happy that you guys are learning things and that you come here every week to, if even just for 1 week. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, there's my shameless plug again for all you newbies coming in. So I wanted to point out that the federal government it is not their job to come up, like these federal judges are there to interpret the law. That is their job. That is the powers given to them by the Constitution. So if there is unjust laws, we are supposed to be making sure that the people we're sending to Congress are speaking for us. And then we need to make sure that the things that we're shouting about that we want fixed are something that we can lawfully do under the Constitution, right? And if the Constitution is wrong, then we the people need to be yelling and screaming, change this crap. Stop playing around with us. Because even if we feel lost in all of this bureaucracy, we hold the power. Ultimately, it comes back to us. Ultimately, it comes back to, thank you so much for those pumpkins. Ultimately, it comes back around, no matter what the president, regardless of who that may be, like him or not, whatever, regardless of whoever sits in the head of that office, it comes back to us. It comes back to us. And you'll see in a second, even how his power is overridden by the people we elect and why it's so important to know what we're voting for. That is the very first step. A lot of people I hear say, oh my God, this 10-page bill. Who is reading this? 380 pages. Just skim it. Just skim it. Highlight things that you're like, I want to look more into this. What does this mean? What's the legal process for this? Like, it's a lot of work, but civics is a lot of work, you guys. We're talking about a country. We're talking about our country. We're talking about democracy. It's not going to be easy for us to walk in there. I tell you, for my personal experience, I see people say all the time, it's voting day. Let me get over here. Walk over to the voting poll, get one page, a little flyer. I wish I could show it to you guys. Get a little, my rose gold, welcome in. Get a little flyer that says, here's a sample ballot. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? And they have, can you turn that down because I can hear it? Pezzy. Sorry, guys. It says, here's a sample ballot. It's a privilege that we have in America to read our civil rights. Oh my goodness. Amen. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, this is exactly what I'm saying. It is a privilege, you guys, and this is what makes America, I'm not going to say it, amazing. Okay? For real. This right here, the fact that we have a privilege, we have due process in this country. And I tell my husband all the time, it's like, oh, when should we leave? When should we dip? Let me tell you what your number one clue is. It's going to be time to jump ship. If our right to due process, what is due process? Somebody put it in the chat for me. Thank you for those shares, my rose gold. What short, sweet, simple to in your, yes, Cassandra, I do agree. And I know it is frustrating for the exact reason we're talking about bureaucracies. It is very frustrating, but I'll talk to you about what's good about it being frustrating also. That gets overlooked and isn't known. I'll tell you that in a second. So what is due process? Let me just touch on this last point and we'll move on. But yes, Cassandra, I do agree with you. We do. We do. It is not a perfect system, but it is the best system in the world. And it's because of this, what we're talking about right now. I'll tell you guys, if nobody knows, or if it's getting filtered, that's also possible. Due process is, it came from a Latin term. Fair process is, yes, Lassie, yes, to make it fair. Okay, and fair processes that prevent the government from taking away rights that have been given to you by the Constitution. This means life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. My rose gold, yes, it is. It's the justice system. As much as justice, I was explaining this to my son, how justice, what would you call it? I guess I would use the word like adjudicated justice, or like the term justice doesn't mean that the hurt and harm caused to somebody else doesn't have to be dealt with. What it is a reparations of sort to the injustice that was done to somebody. So somebody who has experienced a very traumatic event, okay, y'all, whatever's in your brain, it's a rebalancing. Yes, Cassandra. Whatever is in your brain, whatever crime that was committed, whether it's somebody stole from your apple tree or somebody did unspeakable, unthinkable things to you, okay? That stuff is never going to go away. The harm that was done will not just disappear because a judge says, you're right, that shouldn't have happened, right? Okay? That stuff is never going to go away. The harm that was done will not just disappear because a judge says, you're right, that shouldn't have happened, right? So, right, Cassandra. So it doesn't just go away. It gets repaired by a judge basically saying that you're right, that was wrong, it violated your rights, and here is how the courts is going to help make it right. Okay, that person will still have to go to counseling, maybe if it was really traumatic. That person will still have to make their own reparations in their hearts, okay, and come to terms with what happened to them. So justice often gets confused with that, right? We say that's not justice. Say someone loses a kid, right? How do we repair that? Is anything a court could say going to bring that person's kid back? If a doctor makes a mistake and somebody is hurt or somebody's loved one is hurt, okay, anything that a court says, you're still going to be sitting there like, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? However, when a court recognizes and says, yes, this was a wrongdoing, and what do we do about it? How do we repair this injustice the best we can with the resources we have available that is allotted to us by the Constitution, okay? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness after that event is very, very important, okay? So that's my plug, all right? Because Congress is signing our bills, interpreting, you know, the judicial branch is interpreting our laws. The executive branch is signing off on our laws. It is important to understand this justice. Now, going back to what I was saying before I went on that little spiel, okay? Bureaucracies have become so large that they have the potential to overpower other two branches of our government, right? So there has been significant concerns in the separation of powers. All right. For example, in 2014, Congress made a mandate that people have a right to understand net neutrality. What net neutrality is a principle of internet service providers that they operate off of that says that they have to treat all data equally without discrimination. Okay. They cannot use one group of data and another group of data and charge this group of data more money than what they're charging this group of data. Okay, this includes all your TikTok, you know what I'm saying? It includes all your social media. This is a rule that they cannot discriminate or charge differently based on users, contents, platforms, websites, etc. All right, so net neutrality. Is that a legit legal question? Is a separation of powers and, like, say, debating like net neutrality, is that a necessary legal debate to have? Especially about net neutrality. Like, who does that debate benefit, or who should it benefit, I should say. Thank you guys for 22.1K likes. Thank you. Thank you. It should benefit the people, right? So in 2014, when they passed this, it was a democratic action, more than a congressional law, that made rules and regulations more accessible to the public. Okay. Yes, my Rose Gold ASMR, connect with her. Okay. The last 2 nights, she's had me asleep in like 2.5 seconds. And she's just a wonderful person. Connect with everybody, guys. Connect with your classmates. So that was good. Yes, should benefit, allegedly, right? We'll use that a lot. Unfolded Road, thank you for the TikToks. Thank you, girl. Should benefit, right? Allegedly benefit the public. However, they are not actually protected by the Constitution. That right for net neutrality is not actually defended in the Constitution. Again, what I was saying, it goes back to knowing how this works and what is your right. Because what is your right emotionally is not going to be your right in this book. Okay? Does it need to be changed if it's not? Yes. And we've seen it happen, but not very often. However, if we stop fighting amongst each other, love each other, be empathetic to each other, things will change, because we could come together as a people and change the things. Okay? All right. So even with red tape, bureaucracies are effective at accomplishing tasks such as the net neutrality. Okay. They did that, right? They completed it. And then let's think about things such as inspecting meat. Okay, another thing. Another thing. Currently, right now, I don't know if anybody told you. Oh, thank you for lighting up the donuts. Thank you for all the gifts. Thank you so much, you guys. So let's say inspecting our meats, okay? USDA, we talked about that being a federal bureaucracy. They're inspecting our meats. They're supposed to be looking for E. coli and salmonella, something that's supposed to benefit the people, right? Currently, right now, you guys can look it up if you'd like. There is something called a flesh-eating virus going around. Please be careful with your seafood. I swear if I see in the newspaper that one of you died from a flesh-eating virus, I would cry. Okay, your seafood, not only has it been an ongoing issue with people buying seafood and improperly handling that seafood before it gets to people, but this flesh-eating virus has already had 17 deaths within the U.S. alone. Just be careful, okay, where you're getting your seafood from and where you're eating it from, because it's not a handling issue. I mean, it really isn't. This happens, this is something, it's a bacteria that gets on the seafood. And because certain people in this world, I will say, defunded a lot of our bureaucracies to try and attempt to overthrow our government, a lot of this information is hard to get a hold of. But I will say that I'm still finding actual legitimate recalls on the USDA website. So if you guys are interested, that is where you want to be getting your information. Just know that a lot of it, you might have to do a little bit more digging because it did get defunded in an attempt that I will say did not work, okay? And will not work because of federalism. Okay, so that's also my plug on that. Watch your fish, you guys. It's going, like, it's horrible. All right, anyway. Once established by Congress, however, USDA and FDA, yes, there's an app. Ooh, Zaria. Thank you. I didn't know that, actually. So check into this app, you guys. Check into this app. I'm going to too. And let us know if you check it out. Okay, so once they are created by Congress, they are hard to take away. But let me tell you what is one good thing about bureaucracies, okay? Bureaucracies are designed, really our entire government is designed to be a difficult thing. And the reason that it's good that it is a difficult thing, I'm not saying the whole thing is good, because I believe, like I said, in a more accessible legal road, okay? Ways and accessibility, like we need to make this a more understood, Bullcuts, welcome back. We need to make this a more understood way to go about the government, okay? But here's the good thing, is that it does provide that red tape and the, Jamie, welcome in. It provides the red tape and it provides the checks and balances we need to ensure that tyranny does not ensue in our government and that bad laws don't just get passed, right? Like we've seen them. We know in current events that there are some bad laws floating around out there, bad bills floating around out there. And we know that they're not good for the people. And the good news is that even despite their efforts to pass said bills, the federalism, between federalism and bureaucracies, it is very difficult to overturn because the president cannot just up and say that we're passing this and you can't get it through Congress in even one term, even 4 years, one presidential term. It would be very, very difficult, if not impossible. Girl, trust me, I would not be surprised if trolls are after me too. Thank you, Cassandra. Amen to this. For real. For real. I don't think that there's anything big and beautiful about it. All right. I will say there are a couple things that I do agree with, and that is not me saying, a couple things that I've seen specifically towards some changes that are coming with student loans. I don't agree with the limits that they've put on that, but there are a couple good things like like people can go get their master's and their PhD now and get funding for it. I thought that was an interesting thing. You can look into it. So there are just two. That's pretty much it. 2 points that I agree with in that entire thing. And the rest is trash, you guys. And very unconstitutional, if you ask me. You have to go and like Cassandra said, in my humble opinion, you have to go check it out for yourself. A lot of it's trash. That's my opinion. Anyway, however, I'm not trying to get too political. I'm just saying. Liz, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm just saying that's my opinion and my assessment of what I've read of that bill, particular one. But it is good because the news is, like I said, the good news is that you can't just come in here and in 1 term or 2 years, you can't just run this through. You can't just say, oh, check, 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 check. Okay. Another figure that we have, that is very well known, that starts with an H, that caused unthinkable acts to an entire country. That particular person used similar things. However, their constitution was rewritten to allow the passing of those bills. Something else that our constitution does not allow for, and that's why some of those scarier things cannot happen, because of these bureaucracies are literally keeping it not happening. Yes, if you really want a quick way and know what you should look into, this should not be the extent, because I would, AI can check your sources. That's all I'm saying. So, but yes, if it's a fun thing to do, if you're like, oh, hey, what's this? What's this? Something called couching a bill. Couching a bill can happen. So, for example, in the No Child Left Behind Act, Diana, welcome in, girl. In the No Child Left Behind Act, there was a bill couched in between that had to do with child protection services. A lot of not good stuff, okay? Because they have to layer federalism in their bills. It has to be written in that kind of legal language, because otherwise it's going to be not constitutional. Thank you for the heart me. Welcome in, Diana. Thank you for being here. You guys, 13 people. Oh my goodness. Okay. Welcome in, you guys. Okay. So, that is that. All right. That is that. Like I said, I don't want to get too political. What I'm saying is that this document provides everybody's bowl cuts. Thank you for those pumpkins. This document provides everybody's, including citizens' rights. So again, we already talked about it, so I'm not going to go on my little spiel again, but that's what I'm saying. Importance. Bowl cuts. Thank you so much for all of those pumpkins, you guys. Thank you. All right. So presidential powers are labeled in Article 2 of the Constitution. So if you're ever wondering, is this person saying something that is legal? Check out your article number 2. I was going to go through it and read it with you guys. But article number 2, it shouldn't be too long. I would say pretty much sections like 1 through 3. It's really not long if you want to read the whole thing so you get a whole picture, but the presidential powers are listed in Article 2 of the Constitution. Okay, I'll just read this very introduction. The executive power shall be vested in the President of the United States. Boom. So that's what I mean. Like, you can skim it. You don't really need to go into all of that and take all the time like, let's read this whole thing if you don't want to. If you're a geek like me, you'll want to, and you'll probably lay in bed and read it. All right. But it also, like we said, federalism also talks about states and who they shall appoint in their legislature, the number of senators and representatives to each one. We talked about this last week. Okay. So we've already kind of gone through all of Article 2. So I'll leave that be, but check it out if you want to in your free time. If you want to learn more about what exact presidential powers are given, it's in Article 2 of the Constitution. All right. There's been debating of expansion for powers, specifically with this current administration. Again, I'm not saying right or wrong. I think I stand where most people stand, but this is the reason that expansion of presidential powers has gotten turned down time and time again, is because they cannot find a way to constitutionally expand those powers. Okay. And it would also require an overhaul of Article 2 of the Constitution, which again takes a long, long time. All right. It's been a no-go. It has been debated, and it's been a no-go. They say no, not constitutional, to expand them. And if you do want to make it constitutional, you're going to end up having to overhaul Article 2 and have an article to replace it that still establishes and follows the rules of the country and other government powers, because you can't cross over. Like the executive branch can't say, I'm doing away with this bureaucracy and here I come and I'm going to establish my own judges and they're going to say what I want them to say and vote for what I want them to vote for. And then we're going to establish a new Congress and a new Department of Education. Can't do it. Not allowed. Okay, so I said the good thing is that it sets up federalism, right? And it kind of prevents unconstitutional and unrealistic and unethical bad bills, bad laws from getting passed. So that is the good reason that we want our system to be a little bit complicated, a little bit long. You want it to take a long time because you don't want to just walk in one day and be like, oh, Amendment 14 is gone, you guys. You don't want tyranny in your government, so you have to have your checks and balances, okay? Now, we're going to talk about bills here so we can get to our game. Bills. We've talked about bureaucracies and how so part of bureaucracies is passing bills, all right? We've talked about our branches of government, legislative, executive, judicial. We talked about what they do, what they're responsible for, who makes up each of those, all right? And why tyranny cannot just unfold in our government. You can try. You have a right to try. Your First Amendment says you have a right to freedom of speech, that you have a right to freedom of press, that you have all these rights. So you can try. You have a right to try. You have a right to have your voice heard, no matter who you are or what your voice is. That's what I was talking about with due process. And I'm going to backtrack a little bit and say due process in Italian, welcome back in, Diana, literally means to bring yourself before the court. That's literally what that means in Latin, okay? I can't remember the Latin term, but when you hear it, that's what it'll mean. So due process is important, and that's what I was saying. I remember I got off course. That is the one thing. If you want to know, when should I up and say America's done for? When you hear the first time, I tell my husband this, 37K likes, thank you guys. I tell my husband this all the time. The second you turn your TV on, long day at work, kick back your feet. The second you hear these people get in your face and say they're overriding your due process, which is your right to be heard by the court, right or wrong. Thank you for the heart puff. Right or wrong, the due process literally is your right to be heard by the courts. And that is what makes America amazing. That is what makes our Constitution work, is that you have a right to your opinion, but you also have a right to go forth between the government and say, my rights are being violated, okay? If you don't do that in the right way, a judge is going to throw your stuff out and not even want to hear what you have to say. But y'all are learning the right way, okay? So you want to know when to jump ship? When they start overriding due process in the Constitution, when that happens, it's time to jump ship, because I'd rather be in another country with no due process than this country with no due process, because it's going to be a king, right? And no kings, you guys, no kings since 1776, all right, when the Constitution was passed. We set up our system to not have that. And we didn't want it. And that's what we fought for, right? All right, so that's how you'll know. And you get on, they turn on the TV, they're like, the right to due process has been overridden today. By who? By Congress, of course. I'm out. And y'all too. Take the clothes on your back and jump ship, okay? That's how you'll know. That's when America is not going to be America no more. Is this the word? Cassandra, did you look it up for me? I'm just saying. Because, yes, that is a Latin term. If I'm thinking, it looks familiar. But yes, your right to due process, that is your most important right, even more important than your freedom of speech. If they take away your right to go in front of a judge and say my rights are violated, like, that's the last thing. for the law of the land. Yes. Yes. Okay, Unfolded Road. Yes, get you some sleep. Thank you for coming. Okay, so yes. Now we're going to move to looking at the legislative process, starting with the executive branch, okay? And this is going to lead us into our game. This is the executive branch is the person who signs into law, right? And also can do what? He can do one of two things. When a bill has gone through the legislative process and reaches the president's desk, there's one of two things he can do. He can either sign it or, thank you, Unfolded Road. Thank you so much. You too. What's the other thing? Veto. Amen. Okay. Oops. I have no idea what I just did. Oh. Okay. Let me try and pin this again. Okay. So veto is the other thing. He can pass it or veto it. All right. That's at the way end of the process. We don't start there. Okay. Where we start is they introduce a bill. Anybody, these are typically the people that you'll see introducing a bill, but anybody can introduce a bill. Okay. This works the same way. Typically, you'll have to check your state constitution, but the general process of a bill, whether it's at a state or federal level, works this same way. All right. But however, keep in mind your state can change it up, like the process, the time limits. They can change up specific things about it, and they can name like how they can change how many people have to vote for it. Okay, the federal government leaves that in the power of your states. Okay, but this is generally the same process it's going to take administratively. Okay, so interest groups, the executive branch. So the president can go to Congress and say, "I'd like to pass this bill." He can do that. With the presidential influence, they can propose a bill. Constituents and committees all can propose bills. And this is typically where you'll see in the initial phase where the idea for a law originates from various different sources. Okay. Committees get a bill. Once committees get a bill, which is after the introduction of a bill. Okay. Congress is going to write a bill, and they're going to propose it to these committees. So somebody introduces it. They say, whatever, okay? Keep in mind your bill proposal ideas here, okay? So you would propose your idea, as you'll see in our game, and then it would go to a committee. The committees get the bill. These committees, which is going to be represented by like one person in our game, they will examine, amend. So they'll say, nope, we're not going to take this, but we're going to replace this with it, and they'll rewrite the bill, right? And it can go back and forth. This can take a long time, going back and forth between the person who introduces the bill and these special committees to amend. They will have their own debates, and they will vote on the bill before it even gets to Congress, okay? So, the floor, after these special committees have debated it, it goes to the floor, okay? So a bill, we're thinking... I said I was going to have it ready, and I don't. But we're thinking, I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Okay? Bill in Schoolhouse Rock was proposed, and now he's sitting in committee and waiting in a line with a lot of other bills for the president to sign. And if he signs me, then I'll be a law. How I hope and pray that I will. But today I'm still just a bill. Okay? Okay, Miss Angela, welcome in. All right. So we're talking about Bill right now, standing, waiting in a line. He's been proposed, and thank you. Thank you, my rose gold. Thank you. And so he's on the floor, right? He's waited, he's gone through committee, and he's waiting in a line. He's waiting to go to the floor, all right? They go there to be debated again. Someone else is going to debate on them. They're going to amend it. They're going to say, nope, thank you, Cassandra. Thank you. I got to clap for myself, you guys. Who's going to love on me if I don't love me, right? Okay. But I appreciate y'all's support. Thank you. So yes, then it goes to the floor. It's going to be redebated. They're going to say, nope, don't want you. Nope, don't want you, right? And we think the bill should be worded like this. Legally, this is unconstitutional. This should be constitutional, right? And so they have to have a majority vote on the floor because the floor is Congress, okay? Essentially, once you see, when you turn on, what is it, C-SPAN, and you see people up at the podium, they got their little papers, and they're all like, okay, let's do business on Bill 97 today. This is what you're seeing, is them debate it on the floor. Like, okay, let's do business. This is also the most common place that bills die, all right? The floor, in fact, they would be lucky if they reach this point, okay? But a lot of times bills die in the House. Now, politically speaking, political scientists speaking, there's a lot, it's a game a little bit, okay? Passing a bill is a game of politics, which sucks, okay? This is part of our bureaucracies. It sucks. It's going to go to this place and this place. People can use specific things to kill a bill. They can shut down the government. Did we not just see that? Did we not see that last time? Did we not see that a year before? Okay, this is a common practice. When they are fighting and they can't get along, they're going to debate it on the floor, and they're going to be like, well, this bill isn't in my interest. This bill isn't in my lobbyist's interest. This bill isn't being funded by such and such. And if it looks like the bill is going to pass, they have the option to kill a bill. All right, and there's various ways that they can do that. You'll have to look into it a little bit yourself. But yes, they do play a little bit of a game to kill bills, okay? And you'll see that. Again, this takes time. They'll go back and forth, back and forth. All right, after it passes the floor, it goes to another committee called the Conference Committee. They get the bill after the floor, and it has to pass with both houses and the Senate, okay? And they will debate, they're kind of the mediators, this conference committee. They will debate the differences between the bills, okay? Thank you for the gifts, you guys. They'll debate the differences between the bills. All right, finally, if your bill has not died by this point, it will go to the president, all right, who takes action. Like we said, he can sign it or he can veto it. But here's the thing. What happens after a president vetoes a bill? Say that they're not happy with a bill that the president vetoed. Say they want to do it anyway. Can they do that? Is it constitutional? Do we have any powers after the president says, nope, I ain't signing this crap. Get it off my desk. Pass the better looking bill. Can he say that? Do we have any action? Okay, I'll tell you guys. We do have action, and it is allowed by our Constitution. Thank you for that, Rose. It is allowed by our Constitution for Congress to enact a bill despite presidential veto. Again, a checks and balance. We're not using too much whiteboard today, but that's okay. So yes, it is allowed by the Constitution for Congress to enact a bill despite a presidential veto. They are the only ones who can do so. A federal judge cannot do that, and the executive branch cannot do that. Okay, Nora, welcome in. So, as we talked about, the legislative process is designed to be slow and difficult to prevent tyranny or poorly conceived laws from being passed. That is its sole purpose for being difficult. Like I said, a good thing amongst a lot of red tape, right? So can we get better? Yes, there's a lot of things that constitutionally and ethically and morally, there's a lot of things our Constitution could do better. That is, like I've said before, ever evolving. That's another great thing about our Constitution, is that we do have due process, and due process also includes the administrative processes that we go through to change laws or to make new laws or pass new things. So it's ever changing. And a lot of other countries do not have that factor. Once their Constitution is passed, it stands. We do have a lot of precedent that still stands, but it's not as difficult. Okay, so, I mean, it is more difficult because theirs will just say, nope, you can't speak out against our president. You can't, Thank you, Nora. Duchess Lizzie, welcome in, girl. Oh, my goodness. Ariana, welcome in. Okay, so that is that, okay? What is up, girl? Mwah, mwah. So good to see you. I gotta get on one of your lives. It's been a busy weekend though for me. Okay, so that is how we pass a bill. That is the very basics of, like I said, it takes a long time. It's not something that happens fast or easy, and legislation takes a lot. It takes a lot. Thank you, sis. I miss you too. I'm trying to get this approved. Thank you for the heart, me. Thank you. Okay, just hold on. Okay, all right. So let's get to Bill Blitz, you guys, because oh my gosh, I definitely did not time myself on this information. Oh, that's good, Ariana. Good, awesome. Coffee is necessary. All right, so who wants to come up? Who's got a bill? We're going to play Bill Blitz, and then I'm going to let you guys go for the night. We're going to play the fun part. Oh, my goodness. While I'm waiting for who wants to come up, we need 1 to 2 people. Oh, my gosh, 80%. Sis. Thank you so much. Zaria, do you want to come up? Thank you for knocking the goal out of the park, you guys. Duchess Lizzie, thank you. I appreciate y'all. Yay, Duchess. And everybody who, let's see. A lot of you guys did. Let me see. Duchess, Lizzie, thank you. Unfolded Road, Bull Cuts, Marissa, Miss Lojo, Walligator, Cassandra, and Cricket. Woo! Thank you. Thank you, your daughter. Yay! Thank you for dragging her in. Okay, so who wants to come up? We need 1 to 2 people. So I want to say while we're waiting for everybody to volunteer here, 1 to 2 people, I'm here already. And it doesn't matter if there's more. But I would say we have enough for like 1 to 2 to 4. So one thing that I will say is that there was an act called the Taft-Hartley Act. Okay, it was passed in 1953, and it restricts power and activities of labor unions. That was the purpose of the Taft-Hartley Act. And it was a rare example of a veto override. So maybe we'll cover it in a class if I can figure out how to work it in. Or you can just look up the Taft-Hartley Act. It did override a previous act. Buggy Boo, welcome in. But this one was passed in 1953 and overrided a previous act that dealt with the activities and powers of labor unions, kind of restricting what labor unions could do to prevent tyranny and overthrow of the government by a labor union. So that was the purpose of that. And if you're interested in a situation where they did successfully override a presidential veto, I could join if you need an additional. Okay. Well, we'll get everybody up that wants to go, that wants to come up. So we have Cassie for sure, but if somebody else wants to come, and then I will invite Zaria. Anybody else? Let me just invite you guys since Okay, I got an invitation sent to you, and so if you guys want to come up, come up. Let me see. Boop, boop. Okay. All right, so we have Lassie. Yay!
Hi.
Hi, Cassandra. Oh, Lassie can't come up yet because she don't have enough followers.
Oh.
Lassie, you're gonna have to tell us in the comment section. Okay, you're good, Zaria. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll keep going until then.
We're gonna get Lassie followers.
I'm excited for the game.
I'm excited too.
Yay! So what we're gonna do, I will do or let me see. One of you guys want to be president.
Nose goes. I'm putting my finger on my nose. You just can't see it.
You have a bill though, right?
Well, I think I mentioned it last week. I already knew what I wanted to put forward.
You're like, oh, I got this. I remember you did that. Okay, so let's, Lassie, you can be president. Are you cool with that? You want to be our president, Lassie? Or if you want to put your bill in, just let me know if you want to do your bill or be president.
I think, yeah, be president.
Yeah. Okay, Lassie's our president, you guys.
Woo! Woo! I'm already happy. This new government is already great.
It's already great. Okay, so we got Lassie is our president. I'll pin her up here so you guys know who we, I think most of you know. Oh, we can't. That's right. We can't pin. Okay, so LAS, that's Lassie. President Lassie, your commander-in-chief. Whoop, whoop. Okay, is My Rose Gold still in here? My Rose Gold, throw a 1 in the chat if you're still in here. Zaria, if you would love to come. Yes, you're still in here. Okay, do you want to be our committee? And if you want to come up, you can. If you don't, if you want to stay in the chat, that's fine. So if you're the committee, you will be reviewing. Okay, totally okay. All right. So Zaria, if you'll say in the chat. Okay. Do you want to do a bill, Zaria? Do you want to type in what your proposal is? And then, let's see. What else do we need here? Oh, we need our Congress. City Blues USA. Do you want to be our Congress? No, it does not. Your bill proposal could be, I now say everybody has to eat chocolate after dinner. That's not my bill, but that's a really good idea for a bill. But no, it doesn't have to be serious. Okay. All right. City Blues is our legislature. So we got Lassie signed. Lassie's like, we don't even need to go through this. Okay. So Lassie's going to be our president once we get our bill through legislation, whoever's legislation. So I'll do my legislation. Cassie will do her legislation. So we're going to talk about the two bills. Okay. This can be funny. It can be lighthearted. Don't worry about it. All right. And then Zaria, if you want to throw your bill in, then you can be our third bill, okay? And then Lassie's going to be our president. City Blues, you're our legislation. So while we're going back and forth, if you're like, nope, if you're trying to kill a bill, you have all of that authority. If you're like, not constitutional, killing the bill, all right? We have our president. She is going to say signed or vetoed. And then remember, City Blues can choose to enact the bill even if he thinks that it's unconstitutional, because that's how it works, right? All right. Everybody know their roles. Cassandra, we're going to start with your bill. So your bill on the floor. We're going to introduce the bill first, and then we will go through the steps. So that's the goal of the game, is to go through. Okay, so Zaria will do your bill second. So Cassandra, go ahead. We're going to start with proposing the bills.
I would like to propose a health act called the National Siesta Time for 2 o'clock to be siesta across all of America, and that everyone must stop their work, their school, their everything, and have a 2-hour siesta before returning to their duties.
This is so perfect. I love that bill. We're going to see if we can get it through Congress.
I'm pretty pumped about it myself.
Yes, Zaria, I agree. Miss Lojo's voting yes. Yes, the rest of you in the chat that don't have a specific, you are the people, okay? So if you sent your heart me's, which I think most of you did, City Blues is voting yes too. This is going to be a quick thing of bills.
I love this. This is
So
what I
you
should run on.
constituents, if you sent your heart me, your one coin, you should have access to the stickers that say yes and no for votes, okay? So you can use them. Yes, Miss Lojo, we the people. Cassandra's going to be like straight up at the top. She's going to be Speaker of the Senate here in just like a minute.
I'd also like to be a part of your We the People firm. Just
yes. Yes, please come be a paralegal. Miss Lojo's voting yes. She's putting her vote for yes. Okay, so we're going to start with Cassandra's bill, and then we'll move to Zaria's bill. And then I'll do my bill. Okay, we'll try to get them all through Congress. We can continue this next week if we need to, since it's getting to that time. All right, so Cassandra's bill. The first place it's going to go is our committee, right? And that is Lassie. So Lassie, give us your reason for being in support of the bill. Because so far, I mean, it would do life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? It would be I'd say it would fall into that category. We all need naps.
Wait, is Lass our pres too and our committee?
Oh wait, no, who's our committee? I forgot. I'm sorry, guys.
I was like, wait, I thought Lass was pres.
Yes, she is president. I forgot. We have our City Blues as our legislature, right?
I believe so.
Who was our committee? Do we have a committee? We're in big trouble if we don't have a committee. In committee, okay. Zaria, you want to be our committee? And Miss Lojo, maybe? That would be a good team. You didn't hear all about the bill. Yes. Yes, she's proposing that 2 o'clock everybody has to stop what they're doing and take a siesta. Okay. All right. Our committee is voting yes. We're just going to go with that. And then we'll switch it up when Zaria proposes our... So we got yes. It's a committee. Can we make it constitutional? That's the question, right? Our committee is voting yes. So do we approve of the language of the bill? Yes, because we need rest. Yes. Yes. And we could constitutionally, I think. Yes, City Blues. We could make that constitutional. I think that we could come up with legal verbiage to say that this is a time, yes, that it was for public health. Yes, Lassie. Yes, Miss Lojo. Overworked people and family time. We need that. So if we have 1 hour, okay, not a lunch break, they would have to give us a lunch break, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely. Lunch is around 11 and 12.
And we would have mandatory 2 o'clock siesta. Now, does that impair work people? Does it impair businesses from being able to operate business? Could they come back and argue, okay, this is playing devil's advocate. Could they come back and argue that this is impeding their ability to run a free business?
Of course. They could argue that.
They could. Ethically, maybe not. But we hear a lot of arguments in court that step on people's toes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Zaria, cool. Yes, me and Lassie are kind of sort of in that realm as well. We do people with physical and mental disabilities. That's what our job does. Yes. Ultimately, see, even if they could argue that, Cassandra could come back, right, as the constituent who is bringing the bill, and she could say, actually, science
Increases
shows
productivity.
it improves business. Right.
Increases productivity, increases wellness of the overall company.
Right. Yes, yes, yes. This is 100% yes.
Also, there have been studies in European countries that show that it works for them. Italy is one that practices siesta, Spain another. I can't think of the third. There is a third. But alas, it has been proven to have helped in the past.
I think it is Mexico, isn't it?
Yes. Definitely Latin-based places.
Yes, I would agree. So there's her argument. So let's say that the people 100% yes. So we have all our committees that are like, yes, I think
this is the easiest bill.
Yes. let's say we're not even at a federal level, because the states have states' rights. So if we're at a state's rights, like if we're at a state level, it would be even a little bit easier almost to pass this kind of bill because we're not trying to change the overall Barbie the Baddest, thank you. Welcome in. Thank you so much. You're the title gifter of the rose. Thank you, girl. Thank you so much. Okay, so it's made in committee. We say yes. We say yes, right? The people have said. What about transportation in school? Okay, let's let our bill proposals speak to that. The committee wants to know, what do we do about transportation in school?
Well, it can still, they can also remain at school as some children do, but they can have access. We do have buses that can take them back or take them to a community location or back to their homes so that they can join their parents. So that also adds, again, back to the productivity, but we already have this, we could have these funds allocated or move funds around to make sure that the transportation is covered.
Okay, and there we go. That's how we pay for it. That's good. That's a good proposal. Okay, so let's see. Put a 1 in the chat, committee, if you are okay with that verbiage and the legalities of it. If you're okay with proposing it constitutionally, as well as funding everything that she said. 1 or 2 in the chat if we're moving on with this bill. Miss Lojo's got a 1. Where's our other Zaria, our other committee member? One's in, well, we got our people, City Blues USA. We got 1, Zaria, 1. Okay, all right, yay! So our bill has passed, right? It's passed, and it went on to committee. Our committee said yes. So now we're on the floor. Okay, this is where Congress, the constituents, all right, we're coming in. We're on the floor. Now we're debating and amended. So say that committee passed it and the floor says, so we have Congress, I believe City Blues, right? That's who we gave Congress. I should have wrote this down. Let me write. We got Zaria and Lojo as committee, and City Blues is Congress, and Lassie is president. Right?
Oh, look at you at 43,000 likes.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Claps for yourselves. Thank you guys so much. Okay. So here we are on the floor. Congress is saying yes. Congress is saying yes. This is constitutional. We're saying that we have debated it and it does not need any amendments. Congress, do we think it needs amendments? Are we okay with the verbiage? Are we okay that we could constitutionally? No. Okay, Congress, why are we not okay? Oh, thank you, Myra.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
This is fun. Give it to me, Congress.
He's taking it back. He's like, actually, it sounds pretty good.
Just kidding. I was going to say, we could reallocate funds from the Department of War to the Department of
Yes,
Education to increase
Yes,
the
let's move
transportation.
funds from the Department of Justice. We're going to hypothetically say Congress is not okay with the funding. And so
That is
City
funny.
Blues is now saying, no, we don't have enough money to pass this bill. And Cassandra came back with, it's okay, we'll reallocate funds from, wartime, right? That's great. Okay, so let's ride with it, right? Let's say Congress actually said this. Then I said yes. Okay, so this is his argument. How do we pay for it, right? That's a legitimate conservative argument. How do we pay for this, right? So she already said wartime, yes, not causing a war. This is using wartime powers as a president, right? Right, Lassie? She's like, yes, wartime, yes. I'm using my wartime powers as president. Okay, so let's hypothetically say this is Congress, and it gets shoved back to committee. So now what? It's shoved back to committee. Cassandra's argument is, okay, let's reallocate funds. Instead of taking taxpayers' dollars, let's go to the Department of Justice. We are great at this, sorry. If I could pin your comment, I would. We are wonderful at this. Okay. What, baby?
Can you drop me off at school tomorrow?
Yeah, I am. Okay, so we've gone back. All right, and this is her proposal. Congress, are we okay with the proposal? Are we okay if we cut the Department of Defense's budget to support nap times? And let's add that the nap times would affect them, right? That it would affect the Army.
Oh yes, and they don't have to nap. They can go for a walk. But it's just for a mental health hour.
Exactly, just 1 hour, right? So that's really not going to affect, So let's throw a wrench in it. Okay, can businesses have a right to allocate lunchtime? They don't have to nap. It's true, Zaria. Like Cassandra said, they could go for a walk. Do we allow them the rights to decide, business owners? Can we use this time as their lunchtime too? Pro mental health hour. Lassie is up here cheering like this is going to be great for our country. So do they have a right to say you have to? It's fine. We're gonna say you can take a nap, but you have to take it on your hour lunch. Can they combine it?
No.
No. Okay, Congress, are we okay with that? Are we okay if it says they have to give you a lunch hour and a nap time? Yes, Congress is okay with that. All right, now, hear ye. All right, is there any other... Oh my goodness.
Perfect. Excellent job.
Bingo, nailed it. Okay, so are we... Kaylee Brown, right. Are we okay with this proposal? All right. Are we okay with businesses not being able to? They have to give you 2 hours a day. One is your lunch. Well, they could make it a half hour, right, Cassandra?
Yeah. So the current laws are you have to have 30 minutes minimum with a 15-minute break, with 2 15-minute breaks, or an hour lunch if you're full time. So that means we can reallocate the hours too. You can start at 7:30 and end at 5:30 if that's necessary. But yes, this hour is required for full-time workers on top of the full hour of lunch or 30-minute plus 30-minute breaks.
That wasn't towards you, sorry. My God. Yes, okay, so with the current, are we good? City Blues USA, is Congress good with this? Hannah Garden, welcome in. Yes, Congress is good. Yay. Okay, so we passed Congress. Right. Moving on. Our conference committee. We're going to use the same 2 people. So Miss Lojo and Zaria. All right. Hypothetically speaking, this is not a conflict of interest. You're separate people in this scenario. So the conference committee gets the bill next after we've gone to the floor. Now, is there any differences? Is there something that we're saying we want changed, or does it pass the conference committee? Yes, this is constitutional. Yes, the House and the Senate, City Blues USA, has said that they don't have any differences on the bill. We need a 1 or a yes or a vote from Miss Lojo and Zaria. Yes, no, maybe so. If it's a maybe so, we got to take it back and debate it. Yes, Zaria says yes. Congress says yes. Zaria says HE double hockey sticks, yes.
I had so many more points, but I don't have to make them.
I know. She's like, I was ready for this bill, you guys. Miss Lojo says yes. Okay, so we've passed the conference committee. Finally, Lassie, it's to you. Are we signing it or are we vetoing it? Hi, Autumn. Anaya's coming tomorrow. Lassie votes yes. Woo!
Is it unprofessional to woot on the congressional floor?
You have so much more to debate, but time is limited. Oh, it's okay. Yes, we on that one. That would have been good, Miss Lojo. You should have came up here.
Yes, I agree.
You should have came up here. Yes. Time is limited. It's true, but we can pick this up if you guys want to play again next week. I am open to that.
This is fun.
Thank you. I worked like a week on this game.
You did great.
Oh, I hear you, Miss Lojo. Well, thank you for even being here, though. But I totally understand. It's okay. Kaylee Brown is like, yes.
Yeah, we're only saying that because we just want you here. That's all.
Yes,
it's not a bad thing at all.
Yes, selfishly, it's true. Selfishly, I'm like, screw a migraine, get up here. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's okay. I totally understand for realsies. Okay, all right. So, Zaria, can you put your bill in the chat next? We're going to debate it. We're bringing it to the floor.
I can be on committee for Zaria.
Yes, yay. Okay, so let me write. Okay, we have Cassandra for committee. City Blue, do you want to be our president or my Rose Gold? One of you two. Thank you, Miss Lojo. Thank you so much. Okay, City Blues is going. No pres. So, my Rose Gold, are you still here? And do you want to be president? That's the one that caused the least amount. I always thought everybody could come up in a box. Even if they...
I thought so too, but I don't know the rules.
Yeah, it might have changed. I don't know. I just thought they couldn't turn on their,
Yeah, like I can't turn my video on yet, but...
Darn. Okay, we'll have to look into it. Okay, Miss Lojo, do you want to be our president? President. Otherwise, we're going with Lassie again. Okay, Miss Lojo, president. Yay! Okay, who's going to be Congress?
I love these female presidents that we've had lately.
I know. Oh my gosh, we're making headway.
Finally, some progress.
Yes, for real. We're great at this. Pretty soon they're calling us up. They're probably watching us right now like, dang, get these women in front of a crowd. Female prez. Yes. Okay, Lassie, do you want to do Congress this time? Or Lassie or Zaria? Well, this is Zaria's bill, so she can't be Congress on it. Okay, Lassie. Congress. Okay, I'm writing it down so I don't get it all like, who's this? No. Okay, all right. So we have Cassandra on committee, Lassie on Congress. So, Zaria, propose your bill, or let me see if I can find it again. Hang on. Anaya. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to find it here. Oh, I seen Lassie said employees can take different nap shifts, so there's still people working. That's a good point.
Yes.
Can you go see what your dad needs, please?
Where is it?
Upstairs. Let's see. Okay, Zaria's bill. I can't pin it. Zaria's bill is that everyone eats cookies every night.
I love that one.
My daughter said she loves that one. Okay, so here's the bill we're debating. Everyone has to eat a cookie every night. Let's say after dinner, okay? So we're going to make it more zoomed in, like Cassandra had for her points. Okay, so everyone eats cookies every night after dinner. That's what we're debating. So the first thing that we are doing is, it's been proposed. The introduction is, hello, my name is Zaria. Not really. I'm not Zaria. She's Zaria. But pretend, okay? Use our imagination, people. Okay. Reading Rainbow. Okay, that's what I was thinking about. Anyway, so the introduction of the bill. Everyone has to eat cookies every night after dinner. This is my proposal. We will say that there will be government funds set aside. Lassie says, yes, cookies. Our government's going to have a lot of crazy laws, you guys. These are going to be like those laws that never get stricken from the stuff, but are just like random. Like you can't ride a horse backwards. I think that was like Ohio or something. Where our constitution is going to have a bunch of like little stuff like, who wants to eat cookies every night? Anyway, okay. And every night after dinner, you have to eat cookies. So we've introduced it. It's going into committee. So Cassandra, it's at you. What you think?
Are there restrictions on the types of cookies? For instance, we have some people with diabetes that can't eat too much sugar, some people that fast. So can their cookie look like salt water?
Salt water.
I'm trying to think of what fasting people can have. And that's the only thing I can think of that people that fast can have is salt water. Like, I just want to know if it's required.
Okay, guys. That is a good argument, okay? All right, so the health of everybody. All right, what else?
Funding.
All right, and funding. What if people are too poor to buy cookies every night? That is very realistic given the price of groceries, people.
my grocery bill's gone up and I keep getting the same thing. So,
I know.
So cookies might become salt water at some point. I'm not quite sure.
Get your sea salt ready.
Oh my gosh, I've tried it once. There's a thing called new salt, and I was like, I don't, or is it new salt? No salt? No salt. It's just potassium, but it tastes like salt. It's terrible.
Like,
okay, back to cookies.
Okay. All right, so health and funding. Those are our arguments. All right, so it's going back from the floor, it's going back from committee back to the proposal. Okay, Zaria, if you're still in here, what's your comebacks, girl, for your bill? How are we handling health and funding? If not, I'll pick it up. And then I think we had maybe one more. Maybe it was Kaylee. I can't remember. Your fave, Ashley. Welcome back. Comebacks. Okay. All right. Well, it's okay. Hey, if there's no comebacks, we're stuck at health and funding. Okay. So let's say these are the two. They're like, nope, can't have that, right? Cookie type is up to discretion. Okay.
Yes.
Cookie type.
Yes.
All right. Cookie type is up to discretion. We got gluten-free, keto, and dietary and fast, safe options. Nice comeback.
Okay, I'm in. You got my vote.
Right. So we're debating it. All right. So cookie time is up to discretion. Good comeback. We will have cookie food banks for those that can't afford cookies. This is good stuff, Zara. Also, nut allergies. Got to look out for allergens. That's true. So, Zaria, do we have people can donate unused cookie boxes? Hey, let's bring on them Girl Scout cookies, y'all. Man, throw some of those to the cookie donation pile.
So it's still allowing freedom of choice, which is
True.
perfect.
Yes, that is very perfect. That's what the sea salt is for. So true. So true.
Oh gosh.
Okay, health and funding. All right, so these are the arguments. We have a set. I love this country. Yes, me too, Miss Lojo and Zaria. Yes, I'm loving this country already. Okay, so now we are back, right? We went back to the introduction, and we're back in committee. So Cassandra, with those the renovations of the bill, what do we think?
I approve of this message.
Okay. All right. Committee approves of the message. So now we're on the floor. Lassie, Kaylee, you guys can both be Congress. All right. What are we thinking about this bill? Okay. We debated, amended it, and committee has approved it. So now we're to Congress. What are we thinking? Yes? No? Maybe so? Kaylee's all for it. Is it constitutional? Lassie's here for it. Is it constitutional, Congress? We're the ones passing and making laws, right? Is this bill constitutional? What do we think? Needs to be all-inclusive cookies. Yes. I think Zaria said all types of cookies. We could even have a basic health cookie, right? We could make a cookie out of fruits and vegetables, right? Granola. That might not work for diabetics.
That's okay, because we got fast, safe cookies.
Yes, that's true. It's true. What is the financial repercussions? Okay. All right, Miss Lojo, say we pass Congress because Congress all said yes, right? Okay, I'm wondering what the financial repercussions are in the demand on labor. Yes, the president can ask. No, it's not too late at all because the president, who that would go back to is probably the person who did it and committee. Really, it would go back to committee. So if it bounces back to Cassandra, they're wondering, Miss Lojo, our wonderful woman president, who succeeded Lassie. We're in a different presidential party, okay? I mean, not party, but different presidential race here. So Miss Lojo is wondering, what about financial repercussions and the demand on labor? So the cookie industry is going to soar, right? Because everybody has to eat some type of cookie after dinner. How do we address it, committee? Are we gone?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm over here thinking. I mean, as far as I don't exactly know how to answer this question. However, if if the proposer has a suggestion on how to deal with the financial ramifications, personally, I'm thinking that it's going to go great for our business and our economy because it puts more into the system when people are buying more cookies. So I'm not seeing a downside here.
We've been all inclusive. Okay, so Zaria, what's your proposition here? How do we deal with financial repercussions and demand on labor? Do we have a fund? Do we tax? How do we do it? This is a good proposal. Like, I think the nap time was probably something that would be a little bit easier to get through.
I love how you keep saying nap time because I feel like that's what you want. You're like, girl,
Yes.
it's time for my nap. I can't nap, but I want that hour for myself. I don't know how to nap, but I'm ready.
Our country said I get my nap time.
Oh, thank you for this.
It's more money now. Except it's going to be nap. Federal cookie fund, Zaria says. Okay. All right. Committee, are we down with that?
I'm down with the federal cookie fund. Yes, I support.
And we have cookie banks. So this makes it all inclusive. All of our citizens will have access to cookies that are required to be eaten every night after dinner. Bedtime snack, all right?
So it'll include the creation of a bureaucracy.
Yes. Yes. Amen.
So we'll create the federal cookie. So this means what, the FCA, the Federal Cookie Administration?
Yes. Yes. It would be the FCA. You're right.
Manages the federal cookie fund. Okay.
Yes. So President Lojo, are you down for establishing a bureaucracy? Well, wait, no. Lassie, are you down for establishing a federal cookie fund?
Congress has got to approve the FCA.
Yes.
That manages the FCA.
Are we passing it? Federal cookie funds, Lassie. Hear ye. All right. So it has gone through. We've battled it back and forth. We've fixed the wordings, and we've decided that everyone has to eat cookies every night after dinner. Okay? Miss Lojo, our president, is signing the bill. She says, check, yes. We are going to put it through. Okay. So in our, going way back to my day ones, you guys. Put one in the chat. I know most of you are day ones. If you remember our first debate on junk food taxes. Do we remember this?
Oh, I wasn't here for that one.
No, I don't think you were, Cassandra. Yes, we had a debate on this, and Lassie. So, Cassandra, yes, you were here from day one. It's true. But you didn't.
Wait, I was. No, junk food taxes. I do remember that.
Yes,
because I was still at work.
You were there.
Yes.
Remember.
Because then we had decided that we were gonna. Oh gosh, I don't remember how we ended up.
Yes, we decided that it was going to be a tax on the corporations depending on what food they were providing. Yes. So
if they had synthetic dyes and synthetic ingredients, they would have to pay taxes per.
Amen. Yes, Kaylee, you were in and out. Yes, I remember. But we did pass this. So everything that we're talking about right now with this cookie would have to abide by. We'll establish our committee, right? Our bureaucracy, which is the FCA. They're going to be the ones to regulate. And then our junk food taxes would go to the people who are producing the cookies if they were not offering healthy options, right? There's our checks and balance. This is coming through, you guys. Are you good, Isaiah?
Yeah.
Did that break?
No.
Okay. Gotta double check. Okay, so yay. All right, so it's coming together. The FCA would establish our junk food taxes, and everybody would have to everybody would have to abide by the rules and regulations of the Federal Cookie Fund, right? Our Federal Cookie Administration. All right. So it's all coming together. Our country is looking A-okay, right? And now our jobs, we would have to establish, what's our committee? What's our committee for nap time? We didn't think about that.
Well, I don't think
Yes,
that one falls under the Department of Labor.
Yes, good one. Okay. All right, so we're putting our
create a new one.
siestas under the Department of Labor since it's been passed already and signed by the president, right? Issued by President Lassie. That was President Lassie. And then a couple minutes. And then President Lojo is the one who, two, baby.
Okay.
President Lojo is the one who passed our cookies, right? We have it inclusive, so everybody, all of our people are able to follow this law. And Diceville, welcome in. And then it went through all of our challenges. It passed initiation, it passed going to committee, it passed Congress, and it passed our president, right? And even once we seen when City Blues was Congress, we seen City Blues provide reasons that, remember, we debated why it wouldn't work, why the wording of the bill would need to change. Southern my welcome in. And so we debated that, right? So we've seen it go through all. You guys got a great hang on this. Let me see who is wanting to come up here. Let me see. No, because they don't know what we're doing. Okay. I thought it was a class person, but I was like, nah, no. Okay. All right. So we passed that. Yay for our presidents. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. We can continue. Put one in the chat if you guys want to do Bill Blitz again next time, because I don't want to keep you guys very much later. I know y'all got to get going, and you got real life. Unless you guys want to keep going. Yay! Okay, so
also our presidents can now use these bills as, like, when they go for running for presidency again, when they go for re-election, they can use these as their platform.
Yes. So you guys, we will start with this, okay? While we're waiting everyone to roll in, we will start with Bill Blitz is what I named it. And so have your ideas ready. And your little arguments for different things that come your way, and we'll go through and we'll do it again, and it'll be a little refresher, and then we'll go into what we're going to talk about next week. Let me see if I have my little outline so I can. Yes, I do. Woot woot. Okay. Let me tell you guys what we're touching base on next week. Next week is going to be Week 4. This is going to be good because you can be thinking about your bills that kind of correlate with what we're talking about. It doesn't have to be as serious. We can do the same kinds of things with the the silly bills. It's totally fine. But next week, I'm going to be touching on a very important part of the Constitution, civil liberties versus civil rights. Okay, they're commonly misconcepted and flipped around. Commonly. Thank you guys for all the gifts. Southern My, thank you. And Lassie, thank you for all the gifts. And everybody that's gifted tonight, I'll get to that. But yes, next week we're going to be talking about civil liberties versus civil rights. Slavery. I'm going to talk about landmark cases that you may or may not have heard of that kind of push these things forward. We're going to talk about different tests of the law. Okay, this is going to, yay, Cassandra. This is going to incorporate different tests that the law uses to decide if something is constitutional. Okay, I know I'm very excited for landmark cases. Yay for that. So we're going to talk about, I'll give you the terms if you kind of want to prep up for that, but you'll get your little hey, Constitution crew, you'll get your little thing. Thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you. And so I'll talk to you more about what types of things we're going into. But for the sake of tonight, the 3 tests that are used are strict scrutiny, intermediate scrutiny, and low, I forget how they say it. Like, do you know, Cassandra? Strict scrutiny, intermediate scrutiny, and there's like the lowest form of scrutiny, which is like, the term is slipping my head. But we will also talk about affirmative action. Thank you, Lassie. Thank you. So, yes, we'll talk about the scrutinies. We'll go into a little bit more. Oh, do you remember? Do you remember, Cassandra?
Oh my gosh, sorry, my headphones kept, I wasn't near my phone and then my headphones cut out. Is it the rational that you were talking about?
Yes.
A rational one?
Yes, rational scrutiny. That includes like, what is the word? Burden of proof. Okay, it's the lowest level of scrutiny. So these are some legal tests that we'll be discussing. So you'll get to kind of see what we talked about today, how they stand to say, is this constitutional? So we focused on like the Constitution, more federalism and legislative process. So now you'll see like, when we start our class next week, when we start with our Bill Blitz, and we'll kind of do a refresher on that, you'll be able to see the tests that are judicial branch, the tests that federal judges are putting this to say, is this actually constitutional? So we'll look a little bit more in depth into, is it constitutional to say everyone eats a cookie every night at dinner? Like right now it is, but do we put it against strict scrutiny? Does it stand up? Does it stand up against rational scrutiny? Does it stand up against intermediate scrutiny? So we'll talk about when and where and why we use these legal tests to focus on our Constitution. And then we'll talk about things that are very applicable to today's world, such as affirmative action and civil liberties versus civil rights. Okay. And then, so we'll start with Bill Blitz as everybody's rolling in next week. We'll do the same thing. We'll assign a president, Congress, committee, and all that fun stuff. And that's going to be our discussion for next week. And then week 5 is going to be another really fun. I've got a game. Bull Cuts, welcome back. I got another game planned for week 5. So not next week, but the following week. Next week, we'll stick with Bill Blitz. Miss Love.
Yay!
Yes. Yay, Cassandra. Yay, you guys. So if you enjoyed this and you want to come up with Cassandra and I, and anybody else who comes up next week, feel free. I do like to throw you guys a little something for coming up, and thank you so much for being here.
You're so sweet.
Oh, thank you. I really have a blast with you guys. Zaria, yay. I hope you guys can come next week. And I'm so glad you had fun. Even if you can't, keep an eye out for graduation, okay? I'm super excited, you guys, like super excited. We're going to have a speaker. We're going to act like y'all are getting a 4-year degree, okay? From the Constitutional Congress over here. All right. And we're going to do a presentation. I'm keeping track of all these little bills we're planning. We're going to see what our country looks like at the end of this in class 7. I plan on looking at all the things we've passed, and we can look at it and say, could we make a constitution out of this? Yay!
So far, it sounds like our inner children really want to make a country.
Very true, 110%. And hey, we're doing a little bit of inner child work here. This is good for us.
I love it. I am excited for our country. I can't wait to live there.
Me too. Kaylee Brown says yes. Yes, 100%. Okay, you guys, I am going to drop.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I'm going to drop you on the softest pillow I can find. What, baby? Hold on one sec.
I can't find my phone, so next week I'm going to try to get in your class.
Okay. Okay.
I was going to try to get...
Okay, yay. Thank you, Cassandra, for coming up. It was a joy. Thank you, all of you, for participating. Seriously. All the committees, the Congress, our presidents. You guys did wonderful. Isaiah Lassie says, hi. You guys, my baby's birthday is in 2 days. I know they are changing the rules, so I'm trying to figure out how to like come live and do a little like happy birthday so we can all sing happy birthday to him. Very soft landing. Yay! I mean, after all, we can't have our committee like just dropped on the sidewalk. Committee would quit. Committee's like, screw this job. I ain't getting paid enough. 50 coins ain't gonna buy me. I'm over here just being what do they call them? I'm blanking, you guys. I'm so tired. Anyway, I'm over here being lobbyists, just paying people to pass legislation over here. Come up on my platform. Good night, Lassie. Okay, and everybody says happy early birthday, Isaiah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So yes, if you see me on the 3rd and my son, we are gonna be singing happy early birthday. But anyway, that is that, and I probably won't be on very long if I do pop up on that day. I don't know yet. Anyway, let me say thank you again, you guys. This has been awesome. We have even like spent more time than I expected, and it is wonderful. Southern My, Lassie, Kaylee Brown. Oh, your son's birthday is 18th. Yay! Happy early birthday. Anybody else have a birthday? Thank you, Cassandra. Oh, you guys, seriously, it means a lot. Seriously, that you spend your time and you come in here and you like my live, and it really just makes a world of difference. And you send your gifts and you come up on my platform and you play games with me. And yes, happy early birthday. Does anybody else have a birthday in October? And over 50K likes, you guys. 51.5K. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. Well, you guys, it is Isaiah's birthday on Friday. Yes. Yes. I can't believe it. October 3rd is already here, you guys. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe it. And we're halfway through our class, technically. We have 7 classes, but like I said, our 7th class is going to be like chill, hang out, and then that following Saturday is going to be graduation. It will be November 1st. So when I send out your guys' stuff, I'll be advertising it. Invite your friends. Tell them, come here. Come see me get my awards. I'm planning fun things. Yes. Yes, Kaylee Brown. Tell him. We said, happy birthday, TT, like, happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. The white version and the black version. We're singing all the happy birthday versions. Yay! We're going to have a little party for them. From their TikTok aunties and uncles. MacGyver 3D printing, welcome in. We're just wrapping up. But thank you so much for coming in. Hi, you guys. How are ya? We just did Bill Blitz. Today we talked about the process of getting bills through the government. So we had fun. And we're going to do it right away. We're going to play Bill Blitz again next week. Going straight into our next class next week. So, yes, Wednesdays, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Figure out what that is for your time. We had a wonderful turnout today. We always have a wonderful turnout, but I am just so thankful for those of you that stayed, for those of you that came up on the platform, Cassandra and everybody who participated, passing the bills, debating the bills, and we're learning how to make a stronger democracy up in here, right? Regardless of where we stand. So, yay. So that is that. Okay, let me wrap up here. Y'all, are you ready? Get ready. Here it comes. Did you guys catch it? Catch it, put it in your pocket, never let it fade away. That's what we do to my kids. That's why we throw them kisses and you catch your kiss and you put it in your pocket. Take it with you. Yay, Lassie. Woo. Who was it? Was it Cassandra that always put her hand out? If it went over your head, let me know. And I'm throwing you another one. Everybody's got to catch it. Kaylee. Yes, everybody caught it. Yay. That's my heart beating for you guys. Isaiah, welcome in. Cassandra, yay. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you guys. All right, last time I will give my outro. My name is Lucky Llama on this platform. Hey, big boy. Okay, let's sing happy birthday real quick in case I can't jump on, okay? All right, is everybody ready? We're going to sing happy birthday to Isaiah. I want to see all the emojis in the chat. All the emojis. Happy early birthday to Isaiah. Everybody put emojis in the chat. Okay, here we go. Ready? Katie, welcome in. We're singing happy birthday, my baby. And technically to, who was it? Oh my gosh, I'm already forgetting. Kaylee Brown's son's birthday is on the 18th. So let's sing happy birthday to Isaiah this week. And we'll sing happy birthday, Kaylee Brown's kiddo next week. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Cha, cha, cha. Happy birthday, dear Isaiah. He's going to be 12, 11. Shh, it's 11, you guys. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Happy early birthday, baby. All right. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. Seriously, all the participation. You guys make me smile every time I come on here. Your gifts, your love, your taps. 11 birthday cakes. That's right. There's your emoji, Zaya. Yay! My baby boy is 11. All right, you guys. I'm going to let y'all get out of here. MacGyver, mwah, thank you for being here. Oh, I forgot it. Hang on. And mwah. There you go. Okay, everybody, thank you for 52.3K likes. Everybody who helped me meet my goal, sending lots of the gifts, the hats and mustaches. Thank you for being here. Most importantly, I love you. Thank you for growing our room. And we are going to keep learning and growing together. And then we are going to turn up at graduation. So again, Lucky Llama on the platform. My name is Tatiana, and I'm doing this Constitution Connection class. We have one more official spot if you guys still want to sign up for it. Ooh, here comes, that's Furley. If you guys want to sign up for it, no problem. We have one more official spot, but even if you can't get an official spot, the official spot just means I have the information I need to send you updates on the course. If for some reason we're canceling it, anything like that. I did start chemo back on, was it Saturday? So if I'm really particularly not feeling well, I will send out an update on that as far as we are postponing class to another time or we will not have class, whatever the situation is. So yes, officially registering, just give me a way to connect with you about the class, upcoming classes, upcoming dates, and all that fun stuff. So it's completely free. Everyone can join whether or not you register. I'm doing this class. I intend to do more classes because I really am getting a lot of, good feedback from everybody on what they're learning and the things that they're learning. And I so appreciate it. So it makes my night every time. All right. Officially signing off, y'all. Lucky Llama is leaving the building, okay? You can go anywhere, but you can't stay here, okay? I love y'all. And I will see you next weekend. Yes, Cassandra, anytime. Everybody come in anytime, all right? I will see y'all next weekend. And mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.